Hello everyone, I'm Mystic the Shapeshifter. My pronouns are they, them, and I am finally back with another video. Today I am doing a deck review of Occult Ornithology by Katie Whittle. This is the first deck that I got. I backed it on the Kickstarter, so I got a whole bunch of extra goodies with it, but I'll just be talking about the deck and the guidebook today. So this is the box. I'll show you the back here. It is a 44 card Major Arcana only deck. It has 2 extra cards which are alternate versions of Justice and Strength. Justice and Strength have different numbers on them because there's different versions of the order of the Major Arcana, and so you can choose which ones you use based on your preference. I personally use all of them. I use all 24 cards, and I interpret the different versions slightly differently. But the deck box has gold foil on it. It's beautiful. It's magnetic fold box. This design is on the back of the cards as well, and it's got these alchemy element symbols. So inside we have the cards, and we have this beautiful illustration on the side. It is not a drawing that is on any of the cards. It's specifically just on the box, and it's so beautiful. So here, let's take a look at the cards. The back design, it has gold foil, and this design, it is directional, so you can see reversals, which I don't mind too much. I prefer decks that have symmetrical backs to them, so you can't tell what is reversed or not until you flip it over. But it still works fine. You can see the edges getting rough from me using it so much. But you can do reversals with this deck. There are reversals in the guidebook. It's got gold foil edges. It was so shiny when I first got it, but it's kind of dulled now because I've used this deck a lot. But it was so gorgeous and shiny, and I love it. The cards have a really nice weight to them. They're pretty heavy cards. They're nice and thick, but not too thick. And they bend pretty well, even with their thickness. They also have alchemy symbols on them, and also sometimes these other symbols. But yeah. So I'm going to do a quick flip through of the deck, and I'll have written on the screen somewhere what bird is on each card. It's also in the guidebook, which I will show you after. So first up, we have the Fool. Next is the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor. The edges are foiled. The Hierophant or Hierophant, the Lovers, the Chariot, Strength, VII. There's 2 Strength and 2 Justice cards, as you'll see. Strength, Justice, the Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, Justice, XI, Strength, XI, the Hanged Man, Death, Temperance, the Devil, the Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun, Judgment, and the World. Alright. They shuffle pretty well. They are a matte finish with the foil. And so they can be kind of slippery, but I think it's a good amount of slippery. I don't really riffle shuffle with this deck because it's so small, but I suppose you could. Let me see. Yeah, you can. Yeah. So you can riffle shuffle with it, even though it's pretty small. It's a good sized deck. It fits in my hand well. And I have pretty small hands. I struggle with one of my other decks. Yeah, but before we go on to the guidebook, I'd just like to talk a bit about the cards and the art, and the overall tone and energy of the deck. The art is so gorgeous. I am obsessed with it, not only because it's birds, but also just because it's absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful colors, and beautiful style, and the colors are pretty consistent throughout, so it all ties together really nicely. And the symbolism, of course, is very reminiscent of Rider-Waite, which is very useful for reading it and easily knowing which card is which. I feel like this deck has kind of more of a serious tone to it. It's not so much dark as it is just like serious and like down to business sort of thing. It doesn't really joke around much. It's just kind of like, here's your information. Good. I like using this deck as a supplement to other decks or readings, or on its own. I really like using it for deity readings or readings with spirit guides. I feel like it's good for working with entities and getting messages and that sort of thing from them. Because it's all major arcanas and like for more serious things, I feel like that's really good. But you can really use it for anything. I have used it for plenty of topics. But yeah, that's the deck. It is so gorgeous. One of my favorite decks. It's the first deck I got, so I mean, it's like basically my favorite. But yeah, I will move on to the guidebook now. This is the guidebook. Again, gorgeous, and has beautiful foil on it. It's square, which is nice. This is the back, if you want to read it. I'm pretty sure it's the same as the back of the box. But yeah, it has a page for each of the cards. But first there's an introduction and a dedication. It's in color, which is nice. And so on the first page of each card, it has the element, a ruling planet, and then the bird and its Latin name. On the second page, it has a brief little blurb about the card. It gives you the upright and reverse meanings, as well as a card description with the card meaning and how the bird ties into that, and why that bird was selected. So that's really awesome. I love having the this part with the bird to give it extra meaning and extra depth to the meaning, because you know, you pull a card and you can go based off of just what the Rider-Waite basic meaning for that card is, but with this deck you can also take the representations of the bird and your own associations with the bird even, and use that to give more depth to the card and to the reading. So we'll just flip through these a little bit. Again, it's got the element and the planet, the bird, and the little blurb, upright, reverse, and card description. It's got all of these. Oh my god. The descriptions for the extra cards, so for the extra justice and the extra strength cards, they're exactly the same. The descriptions, this page doesn't change for this one versus this one, which, I mean, that's all right. I personally read them slightly differently, because I feel like with the different imagery, they kind of take on a different tone. Like, this one I feel like is more like a harsh, personal justice, and then this one is more like a societal justice and truth-based sort of thing. But that's just me. You can read it however you want, of course. And same with the strength cards. I read them slightly differently as well. The Hermit. And then we have a little spread here at the back, and then a little last little thing on there. So guidebook is really awesome. I used it a lot at first. Now I don't use it as much because I've gotten more used to the cards. Occasionally I will take a look at it, especially to see the name of what bird is on the card. So, and like to read this thing about why the bird was selected, because that can be very helpful in readings. But of course, as with any deck and guidebook, you don't have to follow the guidebook. You can do it however you want. You can read the deck however you want and take whatever you want from the guidebook. So that was my review on the Occult Ornithology Major Arcana Only Tarot deck. And its guidebook. I hope you enjoyed. I do hope to make more deck reviews in the future on the other decks that I have. This deck, overall, 10 out of 10, absolutely love it. Such a gorgeous deck, beautiful energy, beautiful art, just absolutely love it. Highly, highly recommend. It is still being sold. You can check out Katie Whittle on Instagram. And I think she has a website as well. I'm not sure about all of her different places. Oh, also, this is not sponsored or affiliated or anything in any way. This is completely my own independent opinion. And I can 100% say that I personally recommend this deck. So, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and consider liking and subscribing for more videos. I do pick a card readings. I hope to do more eventually. I've only done one, I'm sorry. But I do hope to do more, and also more deck reviews. Also, I am on TikTok now, so go check me out on TikTok. I don't really know a whole lot of what I'm gonna post on there, but I might just post random little things, but you know, I'd be happy to have you over there. Also, make sure you check out my Instagrams, both my Instagram for readings, and as well my Instagram for the deck that I am creating. It is a self-care oracle deck. It is very much in progress right now, but you can see the art sketches and everything on my Instagram there. I'll have all of that below. Also, I do private readings on my Instagram. You can go and request one. Right now I'm doing pay what you can readings so that they're very accessible. So I hope you will consider getting a reading from me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.